discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline.
1-800-LOVE-191.
With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Sound like Mr. Haney from Green Acres. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Rob Schneider allegedly is coming in tonight. Drew, you saw him earlier today?
I saw him earlier. I told him I was supposed to handcuff myself to him, and he was indeed would be the entertainment for my children that evening.
Right.
He declined,
Mm-hmm.
but promised me he'd be here. His girlfriend said she would take responsibility to be sure he got here.
You were doing politically incorrect today?
Right.
How did that go?
Good. And he waxed poetic about our book.
Really?
Yeah. So it was the best relationship book he'd ever read.
Wow. Well, he can come in and wax about it in person, theoretically. Now, Rob has been booked on this show a couple of times.
Yeah.
And he's canceled out a couple times. So
well, you should know, as I left, Bill Maher was inviting everybody over to his house.
Really?
And I had to remind them that he was due over here. They said, oh, no, okay, yeah.
Uh-oh. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. You're kind of uptight. You got the triplets at home.
Yeah.
You got to make the rounds at the hospital. Pager's going off.
Yeah.
Wife's nagging, nipping at your heels.
Yeah.
Au pairs to pay. Well, what about me? I'm like a single... Well, I mean, I have a
Right.
girlfriend, but I'm a comedian guy.
Yeah.
When do I get to make it into these circles?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Get asked over to people. You go to those weird parties.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I've never gone to any party at, Adam Sandler's or Bill Maher's or any... All these guys know each
You
other,
can leave,
but not
you
me.
Can, you can go with Rob tonight, and I'll finish the show.
Oh, really?
Come on. Go ahead.
Ooh. That's kind of tempting. Although,
You have to call in.
Are they going to Adam Sandler's house or Bill Maher's house?
Bill's house.
You think Bill'd be pissed if I showed up?
No. He was very, very warm and congenial, inviting everybody over.
Because it's really starting to... I'm starting to take it personally. I don't have any comedian friends. I don't have any celebrity friends. I never go to any parties or anything.
Have you seen enough FOS? He's full of it, isn't he? Yeah.
I don't.
Weren't you tool shopping with Patrick Dempsey, buddy?
That's true.
Don't you hang with Kathy Griffin?
I did go to the...
That's the Adam story.
I did go to the Home Depot with Meatballs 7's Patrick Dempsey, but I was getting tired of him borrowing my stuff. He lived down the hill, and I felt it was time to make a man out of him.
He makes it seem like he hangs with Kathy, but he doesn't.
No,
Kathy's mine.
I got invited to Kathy's Christmas party this year, and I've known her for about 10 years, but I never hang out with anybody other than...
Who was at the Grammys the other night? Was it you, Drew? Was it me? No. Oh, it was Adam.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Very last minute, please. All right. Hey, shut your mic off, Mike, would you? Jason.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Certainly am.
What's going on?
Before I get to my question, I wanted to ask if you came up with your PSA yet.
Oh, we got
we
called
did.
out on that already.
Well, can you play it? We did it last night.
We laid a very rough track down last night.
What was the matter? Wait, what's the matter with it? Mike's got to talk to us again. I think it
needs a little sweetening.
Yeah, it was something to do with Adam talked about McGruff and Smokey the Bear fisting in the woods. I think that was the part that might not appear on the PSA. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Oh, no, we're going to play that.
Oh, okay.
I'll have it in a little bit.
All right, Mike, we'll play our first and only attempt at a true PSA that Drew and I cut last night with about 2 minutes left in a commercial break. What's going on, Jason?
I wanted to say that I have an idea for the PSA real quick.
Yeah.
Here it is. Did you know that 75% of elderly people over the age of 80 die each year of natural causes?
That's too close to a real PSA.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please, don't give the government any ideas.
Yeah.
All right. My question is, my mom caught me checking out some porn on the internet a while ago, and she was sexually abused as a child.
Oh, boy.
And I'm guessing because of this, she has a very, very adverse reaction to pornography. And
Yeah.
she just lashed out at me. I mean, even
Oh, boy.
we're watching movies, and, like, they mention pornography, and she just looks at me and goes, "Oh, there it is, Jason, huh? Huh?"
Well, how do you know she was sexually abused as a child?
Because I was over at my grandma's house, and we were listening.
Going through the photo album?
Yeah, we found that one picture, but,
You're over at your grandma's house.
Right, and we're listening. My sister and I are listening to some conversation between my mom and is real poor. Husband committed suicide. And so she wanted to make a better life. She moved to the United States, and she didn't have the money to move the kids with her. So she left without them. And she sent them off to different families, in the area. While she was in the United States. And one of my uncles sexually abused. He's a homosexual hairdresser in Chicago now. Other uncle abused. He's drunk off his ass all the time.
Oh, okay. What was my initial question? I forgot. And listen, Jason, let's not stereotype hairdressers. Not all of them are homosexuals, just about 90, 95%.
One of the good ones.
Okay. All right. So,
Sexually abused. That's how I...
okay, that's how you found out.
Right.
Okay. Well, so your mom's ultra-sensitive to this.
Correct.
And understandably so, and it's her stuff.
Well, you said that... I've heard you say so many times that pornography is, for people even younger than me, it's, a natural, not uncommon thing, and it's not inappropriate.
Well, listen, Jason, you don't have to feel like a criminal because at age 17 you're titillated by pictures of naked women in suggestive poses. On the other hand, your mom is hypersensitive. I mean, it's like if she was a survivor of the Holocaust, you wouldn't watch Hogan's Heroes in front of her.
Right, and she has no business lashing out at you for just being a 17-year-old. However, she's going to. You have to accept that. You have to stay out of her way. These are her feelings, not yours, and keep things to yourself very carefully.
On the other hand, don't be scared to call her out if you're just watching TV and she goes on some rant about pornography. Just say, listen, Mom, I know you've been through a lot, but let's not make your issues my issues.
If you feel comfortable doing that, that would be fine.
All right, then get out of the house where you're free to watch porn. Billy.
Hello.
You're 16.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say, guys, you guys are really cool.
Thanks.
Adam, you're a really funny guy. Real smart guy. I appreciate you, man. You help a lot of people.
It's classic, huh? Isn't that classic?
Hold on, I got to tell a story real quick. My favorite part about being on Loveline is when folks stop me and Drew
in the airport
and explain our relationship to each other. They go, hey, it's the Love guys. Hey, come here. You know what I like most about you guys and most about the show is you're funny. And then you're like the doctor. And while you're dispensing like all kinds of doctor advice, you're like making jokes. Hey, thanks. Hold on, let me get a notepad. Let me get that down. I had no idea.
Billy was a nice example of that.
What the dynamic of that was. Oh, but God bless him, he's being friendly, right, Billy?
Yeah.
All right, so what's your question?
All right, and I also want to thank producer Ann because she brings in a lot of people that are really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, she brings out, so I'd like to thank producer Ann too.
Like her hypothetical booking of Rob Schneider tonight.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised he doesn't make it.
Hey, Rob.
All right.
Okay, my question is, I slept with this guy at a party in January, and basically this guy's a family friend. That's the worst part of all.
How old is he?
Huh?
How old is he?
He's 26.
That's the worst part of all.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it is. It was a big party. My parents, some people got drunk and all that stuff. I had a few margaritas. I got drunk too.
At 15?
16.
That's nice.
Okay, doesn't make difference. I slept with him. We did lots of stuff that I regret. I'm not gay at all. I think it was just experimenting. I think I was just turned on. The only hard part is that I remembered most of them.
Right.
And I sort of liked it. And, I think he knew. I don't know. Last week...
Think he knew what?
Huh?
Think he knew what?
That we did that stuff.
Of course he knew.
He was drunk, but he
of course he knew.
Believe me, he knew.
Yeah, sort of. Okay, last Saturday...
Not even sort of. Listen.
Uh-huh.
You could dig me up a week after I was dead, give me a blowjob, and I'd be bragging about it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, so, Saturday, he was, and he's a really religious guy. I mean, that's the worst part of all, too.
Well,
he's a really religious guy.
Yeah.
And, he talked to me. My parents told me to go with him to get some stuff at Vaughn's, and that wasn't planned at all. But while we were driving there, he told me, hey, remember what we did on Saturday? That was a really bad thing we did. And he started lecturing me, like, this stuff, and he started telling me, I'm really afraid of what the direction you're going.
It's your fault, Billy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making it all your fault?
Yeah, it is my fault.
All right, listen.
That's incredible.
Billy.
You're a messed up guy.
Listen to me.
26.
Yeah.
Listen, brother. You're 16. You sound like you're 12, first off.
Yeah.
You're very confused and naive. Now, Drew, stop banging away. This guy is effed up. He's backwards, and that's his good qualities. Okay? You need to stay as far away as possible from this guy. Do not get drunk and get into these situations again. If you are, in fact, gay, that's your business. That's fine. That's all right. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Because you had an experience with a guy doesn't make you gay. It helps, but it doesn't make you gay.
And don't suppress the fact that this is something you enjoy. Just deal with that feeling.
But stay far away from him.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right. Jesus. What the hell's wrong with this? This guy's 26. He's spouting some religious mumbo-jumbo and trying to get the kid loaded.
And then blaming the kid for the behaviors. Isn't that wild?
Oh, boy. Yeah. And as if poor Billy wasn't confused enough.
Billy's in command.
Now he's like he just got off the teacups at Disneyland.
Yeah, but you know what? He's honest, though.
Hey, he is honest.
He's not hiding his feelings. He's dealing with it, but he has some clarity, too. He's, I'm not gay, but I enjoy this. But
don't freak out. Don't tell your buddies at school, because guys are judgmental at that age, at least until their early 70s. And stay far away from this guy. Jennifer.
Hello?
You're 22.
Yes.
What's going on?
Okay, well, I've been seeing this guy for a long time, and lately he's become very, very selfish in bed, and, like, I'm wondering what I can do to, like, make him more...
Why don't you tell us what the problem is? What's he doing?
Okay, well, like, when we do it, he's only concerned with, like...
Quit hogging the dildo.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's concerned with getting himself done, and, like, when it comes to me, it's like, oh, well, you know, that's it, you know?
How long you two been going out?
Since I was 15.
Ooh, 7 years.
Yes.
He didn't start this 3 years ago.
When did he start this?
About 2 years ago it's been.
Oh, okay.
So,
Just,
I mean, it's like...
Just calling in now?
What?
You're quite pliable, Jennifer. You let it go a whole 2 years?
Well, it's like hits and misses. Like, it's good for the most part, but then there's times where it's, like, not so good, and then it's...
All right, but let me say this. At least the way you're describing it. You guys have a long relationship, 7 years.
Yes.
Sometimes you have nice, beautiful, long encounters of wonderful lovemaking.
Yes.
And then other times he wants to get his rocks off and watch TV.
Yeah,
Is that such a bad thing?
No, it's not. See, I can deal with that, like, once in a while, but lately it's been, like, more and more where it's just all about him.
Okay. So why don't you tell him?
I do, and it's like he says, oh, well, you know, I'm not into that, or I don't want to do that, and it's like, okay, you know, but it seems like it's always me, like, I'll do what he wants, and if he wants to do this, I'm like, okay, we'll do that.
Why don't you not do that? Why don't you stop doing what he wants? That catches his
and then
attention.
I try that, and he's like, okay, well, let's do what you want, and then I'll suggest something, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
What is that, oral sex?
Yes, exactly. That's like one of the main...
That always means oral sex.
I don't want to do that.
This is a blowjob. That's going down on a woman. He wants me to do this, but he ain't going to do that.
Yes, exactly, and that's like one of our main arguments.
It's always laugh when I ask when people have been up there. They go, well, this, all that. And I go, oh, come on, man. All right, well, Jennifer, if he won't do that, then you don't do this.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And maybe you guys have outgrown this relationship.
That relationship.
7 years. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you guys married?
No.
Kids?
No.
Good.
All right, it's over.
Good. Move on.
Okay.
You can do better.
Come on. You know you can, right?
Yeah, I can. It's hard.
It's hard.
I know it's hard.
But this is the typical syndrome we see of people that stay in these relationships 5 years longer than they should.
Right.
Your first love should last about 60 minutes. Lasts about 6 years.
Well, as I've said before, I use this analogy again. People go, I got 7 years of my life wrapped up in this relationship. I'm not about to leave it all behind. Forget it. It's like when you have a crappy job. Do you go, I've got 5 years wrapped up in this crappy job. I'm going to stay on another 5 years?
Yeah.
So I can somehow get back the first crappy 5 years? No. You go, I don't want to do this for another second. It sucks. I'm moving on. You can't get out fast enough. You've been together since you were 15. I would think that, does you think that stunts you emotionally in some way?
Oh, yes.
It does?
Absolutely. I've said that a million times, that you don't establish a sense of yourself with your peers. You're stuck in this one role, which prevents you from growing. You're this person in this relationship, and you idealize it, and you stay stuck in it, rather than growing and figuring out who you are and with different people and changing. You can't change if you're locked into a relationship that's built largely on fantasy.
Alex.
Hi.
Hey, you're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, my boyfriend wants to have sex, and I think we're way too young.
Uh-huh.
And we haven't been together long enough.
Yeah.
All right, good.
He's 49, though, right?
No, he's 15.
He's 15.
Yeah.
How long you two been together?
Since October, at least 5 months.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing with him physically?
Well, actually, all we do is basically just hug and kiss.
Wow.
But, I mean, he's kind of controlling somewhat.
What does that mean? You mean aggressive?
Well, no, it's just that, like, when he wants something, he usually gets it, and that's how he is.
It's aggressive.
Like, when we first went out, like, when we talked on the phone, and he was like, I was like, do you have caller ID? He was like, no, and I was like, okay, I'll call you. And I called, and then I found out he had caller ID, stuff like that.
That would be, the word for that is a liar.
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, so are you not wild about him?
Well, no, I like him, but I just think that 15's too young to have sex.
We're behind you, Alex. That's absolutely right. If you think that's too young for you, it is too young, and do not
go camping with him.
Do not go back on that feeling.
I mean, I'm kind of having mixed feelings. I might want to break up with him.
I think that's smart.
Oh, why don't you do it this way, Alex?
He's a controlling, aggressive liar. That's all we've heard about him so far.
Other than that, he's fine.
Yeah.
Alex, why don't you do this? Tell him that you don't want to be pressured and that you're not ready for sex. And if he continues to pressure you, then you break up with him. And the problem is solved. Because if he doesn't pressure you, you're fine. You stay with him.
There you go. All right?
All right.
All right, Alex. You know we're always right, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I may have led her just a little bit there. Jeremy.
Yes.
You're 19.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
My girlfriend, she's 21. I met her about 6 months ago. It's been on and off about 3 times. I've dumped her the first time because she lied to me about stuff my mom supposedly said, but she didn't say, about moving into an apartment with her.
Stuff your mom said.
Yeah, my mom.
Uh-huh.
She said my mom said some stuff, but she didn't say it.
Yeah.
About moving into an apartment.
All right.
So I dumped her for lying to me about that.
Right.
And my mom don't like her anymore. I'm going back out with her.
Why?
I don't know. I couldn't find anybody else.
Honest?
Well, at least he's being honest.
Jeremy's
yeah.
extra honest.
I was
That's
about
good.
to answer that for him, but he was so honest. All right, so you're desperate, so you're back with her.
Uh-huh.
And now what?
I'm catching her in bunches of lies. I've caught her lying to her mom. Her mom's told me she's been stealing from her.
Geez, both your moms are pretty involved in this relatively short relationship. My mom found out about this. Her mom came over and found out about that. Now my mom and her mom are having a lesbian relationship. Our dads are getting pissed. Well, why so much contact with her mom and your mom and each other?
I really don't talk to her mom that much. Her mom don't like me because she says I'm a typical male.
Oh, boy. That's trouble.
Yeah, well, I told her off one day, and now she respects me, but she still don't like me.
She probably turned her on. Probably went through a pair of mommy panties. Those kinds with the ruffles on the side.
Oh, man.
What, have you guys been married for 14 years and have 9 kids, or have you been dating on and off for 6 months?
It's only been like 3 times that we've broke up.
You've known her for 6 months, right?
Uh-huh.
It's total chaos. And imagine what her dad did to her and the
Where's
mom.
her dad?
Her dad's in California. She was raped.
Mm-hmm.
The first time she was raped, first time she had sex she was raped.
By her dad?
No, it was a boyfriend. She got pregnant.
Yeah.
She has a 16-month-old boy right now.
Oh, fantastic. I'm sure he'll grow up to be some sort of honor student. Probably change the world.
Yeah, and I sort of have problems with the kid.
All right.
I don't like the way she takes care of him.
What's the problem?
She doesn't, I mean, the baby will sit in a diaper for maybe 6 to 7 hours, and I'm always getting and changing the baby when they're over here. She only comes over on the weekends.
I want you to imagine how damaging that is to a child. That they're not even getting enough mothering to just prevent the skin from breaking down in the diaper. Okay? All right. Talk about attachment disorders.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy?
Yeah?
I'm going to kill myself now. Why don't you... Listen, what is this, Jerry Springer, for Christ's sake? Why don't you get out of this relationship and leave all that behind? Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. Stop going out with the Chaos Queens, would you, goofball?
Okay.
Find yourself a regular chick without a bunch of kids who are spending their lives in diapers.
That's what I'm trying to do now.
All right. Good luck. She's just looking for a hostage or looking for someone to play a role of daddy or the rapist or whatever. You're in way over your head.
Right.
But everyone, keep your moms out of the relationships, would you? My mom's got mad at her, then her mom found out. What the hell's going on? These people have kids, you understand? I don't mean Jeremy, but this girl's got practically a 2-year-old, you know? Oh, it kills me. It drives me insane. Quincy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. You're 18. What's up with your ass?
Well, I had a quick question for you guys. I'm sort of seeing this 15-year-old girl right now.
15, yeah. You're 18.
Yeah. See,
right.
That's my question is, when I met her, I didn't know how old she was, and we started talking and stuff, and I assumed she was, because I'm a senior in high school, and she's a freshman, and I assumed that she was older than she really is. And when I found out how old she was, we're not really together, but we're kind of getting there. And it's like, I was wondering why you guys feel that every 18-year-old that dates a younger girl is somewhat of a predator.
Okay, hold on a second. We're not carved in stone about 18 and 15.
In fact, we point out senior, and freshman is like marginal. We've said that several times, but we'll talk about it.
We look at that as sort of the a-hole cusp.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the cutoff.
But we'll explain our intentions after this. Oh, and after this, we'll hear the PSA Drew and I laid down last night.
Loveline's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
Hey there, it's Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Sunday night, Henry Rollins will be in here, but since it's Thursday night, well, that means Rob Schneider.
It's great to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you back, Rob.
Oh, I love it.
We miss you, buddy.
Love fest.
Rob, we ran into when we did Conan a couple of months back.
Yes.
We were glad to hear that he was aware of the show. And,
I love the show.
And he did TV. He did our TV.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And we have a TV show. I always forget about that movie.
That's right. You know, it comes out months ahead of time. But
out of sight, out of mind, out of mind, out of sight.
And we were just on TV just a few minutes ago.
A couple hours ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You guys just did Politically Incorrect.
And there's a few homages to you there about teaching guys how not to crap on the carpets. And Rob got down and pretended to crap on the carpet.
Yeah. For you.
God bless you.
And by the way, I love the book. Now, I never got the book that you guys were supposed to send me.
And
my buddy Harris Goldberg
right.
has the book at his house, and I read that. And honestly, it's the most honest book about relationships with men and women, and brutally honest.
Did I tell you this?
Men versus men, are from Mars and Venus crap. This is actual facts that men need this, and that women need this, and that women basically, and we're talking about that on the show on Politically Incorrect, have to train men. They're not capable of themselves of really changing their behavior completely.
Man cannot govern himself. He's like he really is. It's like a dreidel on 4 cups of coffee or something. It would just spin out of control. You really would. If you had a woman that said to you, "Listen, you want to have a threesome, you want to bang a hooker on occasion, you want to have a few kids and, just sort of be on a first-name basis with them, but not really do much in terms of fathering. You want to do this, you want to screw my sister, you want to do that, you want to see me once a week." Whatever. They could just keep going.
The guy would,
Hey,
sure.
They set the boundaries.
That's right.
It's a fact. And they make your life better if you come to accept them, and you realize they are better. But of ourselves, our instinct is not to follow those boundaries.
No.
On our own is to go against those. And it's the only book that I was honest enough to represent that. You know, I mean, they didn't sugarcoat it.
Well, God bless you, Rob. Thank you for that unsolicited endorsement of the book.
That said, without actually ever getting the book, for their own personal copy.
We'll get
I may
you
have one in my car. Let me go see if I can dig one out right now.
Rob, what do you want to talk about? Do you have any new projects to plug?
Nothing really to plug. I just like listening to the show because I hear problems that really. I was talking to Drew about this earlier. Was that makes my life seem so normal when I listen to the show, because there's some real problems out there that...
Not just normal, but grateful for it.
I am thankful that my problems are so minuscule.
I wouldn't call Rob's life exactly normal. So.
No, not completely.
But this show is it does kind of put things in perspective.
Right.
It's like when you're in the waiting room of the hospital because you got a horrible stomach ache and some guy comes in who's been burnt over 90% of his body or something. You go,
and then has tried to like drug me and then anally invade me. So in that sense, I...
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time that happened to me, Rob. Some burn victim tried to anally invade me. Quincy.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yep.
All right. Did we talk to you? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You're 18. You're dating a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're 3 years older than she is. You don't like the way we come down on these types of relationships.
Well, no, I've listened to you guys for like 4 years now, and I know it's passion and stone, but I was just wondering, like, I was just curious, I guess.
That's not. We don't totally condemn that particular match because we know that high school seniors sometimes will date a freshman. Yeah. It's marginally appropriate. It's a concern for the woman.
It's borderline.
But if you were 19 and you were supposed to be in the workforce or in college, that's deviant. Now you're doing something.
So you're on the edge of deviant.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the edge.
Right.
Okay.
What is the issue?
No, I've listened to you guys for years now.
He has a 15-year-old girlfriend. He's 18. Yeah.
And I just started dating her, and I was wondering...
Be good to her. Don't force her to be physically intimate with you.
Well, yeah.
All right. We have a marginal blessing from us.
Do you drive a van, Quincy?
Qualified blessing.
I drive a four-wheel drive truck.
Ooh. That's, now you are pushing it a little bit.
I play quarterback.
All right. Oh, you got a lift kit on the truck?
It's getting there.
You're putting a lift kit on it?
Yeah, it's in the shop.
Ooh. Body or suspension lift?
Suspension.
Uh-oh. Now there's trouble. All right, Quincy.
Yeah, well, I live in the foothills, so...
Right.
He needs it. He has to have it.
I know.
Jumping over boulders every morning to get to work.
Nothing but boulders and riverbeds between you and the parking lot at school, right? All right.
I live in the foothills.
I live in the foothills. True, you live in the foothills.
What are the foothills? What are the foothills?
I live in the foothills. I do.
I know, you live in the foothills, and you drive a BMW.
If you live in the foothills, you have to date a minor.
Julie.
Yes.
You're 27.
Right.
What's going on?
Okay, I have two comments and then one really quick question for Drew. All
right.
Okay. Number one, the station that I listen to you guys on here, all the PSAs on that station are about teen pregnancy.
Oh.
That's all they talk about.
Really?
They're playing their own then. So there's stuff that they play on the national level.
No, they're actually it's actually the county.
Yeah, but Julie, we hear in our studio.
You're talking about the national.
We hear the national ones and they're awful.
Yeah, they play the local county PSA.
Right.
The county
Well,
sponsor.
good.
For those who need to be caught up, and I won't spin off into a rant, but once every 6 months I scream about the PSAs that we play because we hear them during the commercials.
Public service announcements.
They talk about laptop computer theft. They talk about being pickpocketed at the airport.
We had
water skiing safety tips. The latest one is airplane turbulence.
Turbulence.
Make sure and put your seatbelt on. Smokey's talking about putting out forest fires. And then the commercial ends.
Take a bite out of crime.
And then we start talking to people that are 14, they have herpetic lesions on them, and they're pregnant for the third time. And we think, geez, how big a role do these PSAs play in their life? Anyway, Julie.
Okay.
All right, so number two.
Okay, number two. You're also talking about, Adam's always raving about people not having kids. And I just want to tell you that when I was 20, my boyfriend and I were breaking up, and I found out I was pregnant. And when I found out, I was kind of far along, and so I went through open adoption and picked the parents for my child.
That's fantastic.
And they are wonderful, amazing people.
Boy or girl?
He is now, it's a boy, and he is now this amazing, healthy, rambunctious 7-year-old.
How does that open adoption work?
Basically, you have to go through a specific private agency. The adopting parents pretty much pay for everything.
And you pick the parents.
I went to basically.
Can you change parents after a couple of years?
No.
I really think that people like Julie should be receive medals.
Wait a minute. Hold
really?
on.
Really?
She got drunk and knocked up at 19. She should get a commendation.
She made a
from the
mistake,
man.
She should get something from the guy who knocked her up.
She sacrificed 9 months of her.
I mean, the guy who knocked me up was actually like, "Oh well, if you want to do it, we'll do it." And
Rob's got a call, by the way. Okay, well, so Julie.
But he was cool about it. But we just said, let's find someone. Let's see if we can find someone that will do a better job.
But that is brilliant.
Fine.
That's great thinking.
And it's going to pay for everything.
She goes through 9 months of health risks, and she subjugates her own emotional needs on behalf of the child.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm not sold on this
where are we?
yet.
I'm sorry, I got a call from Woody Harris.
Julie, we're still talking about an open adoption with Julie.
What's the point, though? What's the question? I mean, that sounds great. I'm glad that worked out for her.
But do you see your child?
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah.
That's too open.
Well,
that's interference, I think.
Well,
how does that work? Is that weird for the parents?
Well, the thing is you determine in your early interviews what you're comfortable with, how open it is, and how often.
Yeah, but that could change though as time goes on.
How often do you see him?
Once or twice a year. At the most.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not
still weird.
And
no, you know what this is? It's like me going, "Hey, Drew, you want to go in on a timeshare condo in Maui?"
And he's always there.
All right, how about you just pay for the whole thing? I'll just show up once in a while, take a dump in the toilet, jack off in the living room, and then I'll come back home again. How about it, Drew? What do you say? Come on, buddy. I mean, I don't know. I think it's weird.
I think once or twice a year is okay, but I think that's a little young. Is that confusing for your son?
Not really, because I think
it's not really confusing for the 7-year-old.
Right, what was your last question, Julie? I had one quick question.
Okay, my one quick question is, my doctor has I need to, I've been on Valium for 2 years.
For what? For what?
2 years.
Why?
Because I'm a paraplegic and they're giving it to me as a muscle relaxant.
Okay. How much?
15 a day.
15 milligrams total per day.
That's a lot.
Per day.
No, not from. If you're an addict, it's a lot. If you're just taking muscle spasm and not escalating.
I don't feel any effects from
it. You're not
it.
escalating or anything. Okay.
Because it's been on the same amount the whole time.
What's the question?
Well, my doctor doesn't really know how quickly or how slowly I should go about getting off of it.
There's several ways to do it. One is to just decrease by about 10% per week.
Okay.
Okay, or every other week if that is unpleasant for you.
Okay.
There's a medicine called Neurontin that can ameliorate some of those withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, actually, I'm taking it in conjunction with Neurontin, which is why I'm getting off of it.
How much Neurontin are you taking? Those big fat pills?
I'm taking 80.
No.
83 times a day.
No. Comes in 100, 200, 300 milligram tablets.
Maybe one broke.
Well.
All right, she's hopped up on Valium, please.
All right. And then...
Valium, leave her alone.
I'm sorry, I have it right in front of me. I'm taking 369...
1,200 a day, okay.
10. I'm taking 1,003 times a day.
Okay. That's plenty. And then sometimes phenobarbital, they can transfer you over to that. Well,
I'm also taking baclofen.
Okay, and Blackfin will block some of those muscle spasms. So.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Are you paraplegic?
I'm a
What happened?
Car accident. I was.
How long ago?
You were sleeping in the back?
I was sleeping in the back seat.
How long ago?
There's a PSA for you.
Yes.
You would think, laying down in the back seat of a car is a perfectly safe place.
No.
No. And I got hit in the head with a cougar. So
how long
ago? A Mercury cougar.
How long ago was it?
About 2 years ago.
Oh man. Hey, next time say something early. I feel bad. I was mean, you know.
What? For picking on me?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a paraplegic.
Right. All right, listen, Julie, take care of yourself. Really? Would you? She's the spunkiest paraplegic I've ever spoken
Julie's
to.
great. I tell you, statue in Julie's honor.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not overdo it, Drew.
If we
She
spend
give her
more
kid up for adoption.
Yeah, but if we
all
spend
right.
more time reinforcing
Good behavior.
stuff,
That's
yeah.
right. No, that's to be commended.
Yeah, you know,
I'm a little drunk, but I think that's still. I'm not on any Valium.
He's not so loaded that he can't dispense mediocre
I
advice
left
to the listeners.
my very expensive Hollywood party, and I love
That's
it.
right.
Wouldn't be anywhere else.
Is it Bill's house?
Steve Tisch. Very nice.
Don't know. Jamie.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. You love your girlfriend.
Yeah?
But she waited for sex before announcing she had herpes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did she just tell you, or did she get on some sort of public address system?
No, she just told me, like, right when we were laying in bed after sex.
Okay.
After sex?
Yeah, right after.
That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And besides, as a guy, you're in no mood for anything at that point. Anything could piss you off at that point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before it wouldn't have stopped him. He wouldn't have noticed it.
Yeah, before you're fine. You're full of gusto. You're full of piss. You're full of vinegar.
After he'd be like, what do you say about the herpes thing? What was that again?
The understanding quotient dips.
Right. Yeah. All right. All right. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We'll try to sort out Jamie's problem. Rob Schneider's going to still be here, God willing, and we'll be back.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute.
It's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Rob Schneider was nice enough to join us tonight. Rob has nothing to plug.
Nothing. I'm just here to support.
It's here to show the love. Rob and Drew did Politically Incorrect, which will air this evening.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, because you did the second
they do
one.
2 on Thursday, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. All right. Jamie.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
How old is your girlfriend, by the way?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so she announced that she had herpes after you had sex.
Yep.
Did you use any protection?
No, this is the first time we decided not to use protection.
So you've been having sex repeatedly, and you didn't know about this?
Yeah, we were having sex before, and we always used the condom, and this time she just didn't make me use one, and then she told me that.
Right.
Bizarre.
And what did you say? What was your reaction to her?
I just left.
You got up and left?
Yeah, that guy couldn't deal with it. I mean, I just asked her to marry me last weekend, and she said, yeah, and now she tells me this. She said that's why she told me now, is because of the commitment that I wanted to make.
All right, let me decipher that for you, Jamie, because I know you're just 18. You're new. You don't know. I can tell you, and Drew can tell you, and Rob can be smart and agree with me and Drew, she's freaked out about the marriage and she's sabotaging. This is an act of sabotage. Now, it may not be an act of intentional sabotage, but think about it. You just asked to marry her. She says fine, and coincidentally, that's the first time she says, oh, by the way, you don't have to use a condom, and, oh, by the way, I have herpes.
But maybe it's a way of trying to lock it in.
That's true. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. I didn't think of it that way.
Have you talked? What's happened since then?
I don't know. I talked to her a few times and just didn't kind of mention it, but she was acting weird since then.
Have you seen her since then?
For a little bit, because I work with her. I seen her at work, but I didn't say much.
Can you understand why she might be acting weird? You stormed out of the bedroom and haven't really been in her presence since?
Well,
after asking to marry her? Oh, why would she be kind of weird?
I mean, well, what would you do?
Well, I don't know. I probably would have had a discussion with her.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not like it was some Asian prostitute or something where you go, forget it, you're not getting the $40 and I'm leaving. No tippy. This is a woman you just asked to marry. And if you thought enough of her to add...
And she kept this from me. I mean, if she loved me, she would have told me. It wouldn't have made no difference.
She's afraid. She's afraid that it would cause you to leave. And hey, lo and behold, it did.
Yeah, she was right.
Well, I'm not leaving her. I mean, stuck with her now. I can't do anything with anybody else.
Well, have you had an outbreak?
What?
Have you had an outbreak?
No, but I'm sure I will. I don't know.
It's not necessarily...
I mean, I don't know. It's like, it hurts when I pee now, but I don't know if it's just paranoia or what.
It's not necessarily a sure thing. Do you know what the symptoms of herpes are?
No.
Okay.
What year med school did you figure Jamie was in?
Well, I think most people have some idea what it's like. I mean, it's a rash, Jamie. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a rash. You get a rash.
Do you have a rash?
No.
Yeah. So maybe you'll get by without even catching it. It's possible.
You may have dodged the bullet. The H bullet.
I thought it was like big bumps and stuff.
It's a rash.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie, you know what? I think you jumped the gun on asking her to marry you in the first place.
Why is that?
This is a blessing for both of you.
You smoked too much pot.
Hey, first off, you work at a place with a speaker near your head, which is always a bad sign. You know why?
Do you have to wear... what kind of job is this?
What?
What kind of job do you have?
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Right, there we go.
Okay.
How much pot do you smoke?
I don't smoke pot.
You just eat brownies or what?
No, I just drink beer.
Okay.
Listen,
and she's working at Wendy's, too?
Yeah, well, I'm only here for a couple of weeks. I'm starting over at a shop.
Oh, okay.
All right, man.
All right, Jamie, we can see you're well on your way. You're a mover and a shaker, but why don't you just give it a few more years before you get married? What's the rush?
We're waiting. We're waiting until May 23rd, 2000.
So you're still going to marry her?
You'll be 19 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are going to still marry her?
Go talk to her.
I'm going to still marry her. I mean, it's...
You're barely talking to her now.
Got to make her pay.
What?
Well, then you're going to end up. You may end up with the herpes anyway. I mean, and that's no big deal for a male, really. If you're going to be in a monogamous relationship, you get the thing. It's not that big a deal.
Folks, you want to know the people that are handling your food? It's the herpes-laden Jamie, herpes-laden misogynist, or drunk and behind the counter. Oh, for Christ's sake! He probably spins every one of those onion rings around his penis before it goes into the bag. Oh, please, kids, don't get married so soon.
Yeah, give it a break. Wait till 18 and a half.
Rob.
Yes?
Hypothetically, if you'd gotten married at 18 or 19, you would have been divorced like 30 times by now, right?
By now, at least, yes.
I mean, could you imagine?
He would have started a couple of axe murderers.
I would have waited until I was at least a cooker at Wendy's.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have, just behind the counter. You got, you want security.
Right. Right.
That you don't have just being the cashier.
Yeah, wait till they embroider your initials in the smock before you ask for the raise. That was my motto. Gloria.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay, well, I've been with this guy for 2 years now, and just recently he like won't show his emotions to me. He just like cuts them off.
How old is he?
17.
He's always been that way?
No, like
recently.
I do that.
For the first year, it was okay and everything, but it's been like slowly kind of dwindling down. But just real recently, it's been like a sudden thing.
Right.
Like a bigger step.
Give me an example of what you mean by he won't show his emotions to you.
Like, I mean, like he won't touch me or anything.
You mean he won't touch you sexually, or he won't put his arm around you?
Nothing at all.
How long has this been going on?
Well, he's always sort of been like this, but it's just been getting worse.
Okay. And the relationship. It's done. He's not interested.
I mean, has there been some recent trauma in his life?
He's had like a lot of problems.
What are the problems?
Okay, when he was maybe like... Okay, when he was like 6, he was molested by a family friend.
Okay.
Wait, and there's more. When,
good.
Starting a little bit before that, he and his brother kind of started a relationship.
Before 6?
Well, let's see. His brother is like 3 years younger than him. I think they were like 4 and 7 or something.
All right, I'm starting to get the picture here.
I don't know.
All right, Gloria, he's got some major league problems here.
Yeah, and then and then he was raped by this guy.
We can sort of fill it in. We can
all
fill
right,
it
so what we have here is a...
Jesus, you guy's worse than Tom Arnold.
Is he continue to have experiences with men?
Just that one guy who raped him, and then the family friend, and then just this one guy kissed him. That was like a year ago. He's gone through like weird phases where like he's like asexual, and he's gay, and then he's straight, and he's been...
Listen, let me tell you something.
Straight.
Get out. It's not healthy for you.
By the way, he was making out with a guy a year ago, and right in the middle of their relationship, and coincidentally, just when he started to turn off to Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria, what's up with you?
Yeah, why would you
want to stay in this? What are you getting out of this relationship?
An unavailable guy?
See, the thing is, we go to the same school and everything.
Oh, that explains it. Okay.
That's all right.
Well, then you can carpool. Sure, that makes perfect sense.
Well, see, like, everything is fine when I see him on the weekend. Like, we get along very well.
Gloria, please.
It's a hard time.
Please.
Like,
Gloria, what are you...
Gloria, this guy's 5 years away of 5 years of intensive therapy away from even beginning to have a
Go out with
relationship.
some guy who you can just have fun with.
And when he does, it's not going to be with a woman, I suspect.
Ooh.
Yeah.
True. You think he's damned to homosexuality because of his past?
Damn, but he's in. Look, he shows a year ago.
Certainly he's interested.
He's just making out with the guy a year ago, and then he won't touch me anymore.
Right.
Let me just understand this.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Victoria?
Yes,
You're
hello?
28?
Yes.
Your boyfriend named his penis?
Well, first of all, Rob Schneider's on your show, right?
Right.
I have a huge crush on him. I want to know first, does he have a girlfriend?
3.
Are you serious? Guy, you sound like my girlfriend Carly.
Well, yes, my boyfriend does. He names his penis, and since Rob is so good with different names, like the penis man, the ejaculator, can you tell me why men name their penises? What is it with that?
No, I don't know if necessarily just the men name it.
I'll tell you why. I know why. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's the same reason why guys in the NBA refer to themselves in the third person. You know, when they go Michael Jordan this or Karl Malone that. It's so when they get popped for cheating, they can sit around and have a discussion with their wife like they're not in the room. Honey, I don't think Karl Malone would do something like that, but I'll talk to him first thing in the morning. I know what kind of man, and I know what Karl Malone stands for, and he does not stand for adultery. But if you want, I'll bring it up to him when I see him tomorrow. It's the same way guys who have the penis, they go, Herbie's getting excited. Herbie's yawning. Herbie wants to go in the sleeping bag. Is that all right?
Well, more important, I just had to make up a question. So, Rob, you do have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
I just think you're adorable.
He is hot.
Thank you.
I love your work.
Thanks.
He's hotter in person, too.
What's your key to a healthy relationship?
Begging. Begging.
In all seriousness?
Read our book.
Yeah. Read our book.
I love it.
All right, switch.
All right, we're going to take our break here. Rob Schneider's here. He'll give his 25 keys to a healthy relationship after this.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Rob Schneider's here. We're going to take a quick 10-second break, and we'll be back with more Loveline in a scant 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
Illegal broadcasters.
92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Houston.
Did you guys get a piece of that?
Oh, what, we're talking about syndication?
Yeah.
No, we don't get any money off that. No.
Negotiate.
We're working on it, believe you me.
I want to be your agent.
Rob Schneider's
I'm going to start a Loveline strike.
Thank you. Rob Schneider's our guest tonight. He is here plugging nothing. He's
Nothing.
Just a nice guy. He likes
love
the
the
show. And he's here to hang with us and
promote the book.
And promote our book.
And promote the book. Great book. It's a good thing. It's a generous outpouring of love from you guys. And it's also funny.
Thank you very much.
And I read it at my buddy Harris's house. Because I didn't get it. They said you'd send it to me.
Drew, would you make sure Rob gets a book, please?
Mental note. No.
All right. And don't stamp this one. Actually sign it. Kathleen?
Hi.
You're 17.
I am.
What's going on?
Okay. I guess my whole life I knew I was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And for my 17th birthday, my wish was to find my parents. I want to get into it.
Did they freak out?
Well, yeah. I got the wrong house.
They were still together?
Huh? They are still together. I got the wrong house, actually. But the whole reason why I went down there is because I wanted to meet my brother.
Why?
Why? My whole life, I just always wanted a bigger brother, and I always wanted that connection of a blood connection with somebody.
Mm-hmm. How do you know you had a brother?
I've always known I had a brother who was 2 years older than me, right?
All right.
So I went down there, and...
I'm right here.
Yeah, he's right here. So I went down there, and he wasn't home. My parents were home, and yeah, of course, they freaked out. No one knew I was down there. My people who adopted me, they didn't even know I went. I just kind of went. And then they paged him, and he came home, and he never knew I existed. And I got to break the news to him that who I was. I took him on a little walk, and I said, there's something that no one ever told you. You've always been my birthday wish and my Christmas wish, and I've cried every year. And we have the same mother and the same father. And it's
but you were given up for adoption and he wasn't?
Yeah, the whole deal is my parents were in a really bad situation. When he was 2 years old, he got taken away into the system.
Why?
Because they were living in motels. My dad had gone to jail, and he got taken away by Child Protective Services.
What did he go to jail for?
I have no idea. They're not my
assault battery.
Yeah, assault and battery. I wasn't.
Nothing big, in other words.
No, like tax evasion or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing important.
Okay.
He was in the bar scene, you know, drinking, fighting.
Right.
So what happened was she got pregnant with me, and she went to court, and they told her, you can keep the baby in your stomach, and your 2-year-old son will stay in the system for the rest of his life, or you can give your baby up and you can get your son back.
Something. This is that. What? Huh?
So she chose
Something's missing in that story.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good story that she has there.
Yeah, right. That's her
I
story.
like that.
That's her
and
story.
And I'm glad that you buy it.
So she did the open adoption thing,
Right.
Okay.
and my brother
skip
never
that.
knew my mom was pregnant because he was in foster care the whole time.
Right, sure.
Okay, so...
Okay, so what happens? What happens?
So this is what happened. So
Cut to
they
the
taped
chase.
him. He came back. I told him, and he was about to go into the Navy. I said, can you please not go to the Navy? I've always wanted to know who you were. Can you come back with me to Sacramento?
Okay.
And can you get to know me? So
Sacramento, land of abortion.
so he came up and got to know me, right? And what started to happen is
You just invited him to your adopted parents' home?
Yeah.
They must love that.
oh, they totally love him.
That's where we're living right
That's where we're right now. They
Wow.
But they let him
Okay.
stay, and it's like they totally love him, and they don't like.
We only have a 5-hour show, so...
So here's the whole thing.
Okay.
We fell in love, and we tried to get out of it, and it didn't happen.
What?
So we've been in a monogamous relationship since like January, and we've been totally going.
This is the side effect of this open stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, this is not good.
So you're in love with your biological brother?
And it's completely human and understandable why this would happen, right?
Sure.
She
It's
has
a
this fantasy, yeah, and then there
For
he
years,
is, and
every
she's trying to
Christmas.
reconnect with those losses.
He has
and
his own,
his own issues of loss, and boy, there you go. That's it.
Well,
Like we plan on getting married. It's like my whole life has changed.
I don't think so, Kathleen.
Yeah.
But Kathleen, how long has this? When was the reunification?
In November.
All right, so it's only been literally like a few months now.
Yeah, and we-
Late November too, wasn't it?
Throughout my whole life.
Hey, Nancy,
Kathleen.
I'm sorry. Was it late November?
Yeah, it's like we dropped our whole life.
Okay, all right. So you're basically talking 2 months.
November, December, January, February, March. We're talking 4.
No, not March. We're like early March.
Just a short period of time.
So there's a fantasy that you've created here. Correct me. Stop me anytime I'm
right.
being incoherent. And that is really not reality. And that reality will come up. And just the fact of the matter is you've created this in your head, this romance that's not reality. I mean,
But it's like it is. It's like, okay.
it's like it is.
It's like everyone knows, all of our friends know that we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
What do your parents think about? Your adopted parents think
They
of
don't know. Our parents are the only people who don't know.
Yeah, well, let them in on this. Let them.
What about the biological parents?
They don't know.
I wouldn't put much faith in those two. Yeah.
They don't know. No one knows. None of our parents.
What does your brother think?
It's like our lives now. We work together, and it's like we're together 24 hours a day. I have no friends. He has no friends.
Oh, this is not good.
Okay, but what does your brother think about this? Let's talk to him. Put him on the phone.
I'm on the phone. We're on speakerphone.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Dale.
Dale.
Hi.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
He's 19. So you guys are in love.
Right.
Have you made love?
Many, many times.
Well, how weird is that?
Ooh. And your biological brother and biological sister.
Yes.
And
We look just like our parents do.
and you're both real okay with this, and you don't feel like this is stigmatized at all, this brother-sister relationship that you're having?
At first we did, but we got over it.
Oh, you got over. But no, seriously, where is the future in this? Seriously, guys, come on.
You don't know how much we plan and stuff. It's like
What do you plan?
we plan to get married. We're already saving up. Like,
Where are you going to get married?
where are we going to get married? Wherever we want. It's like I have a different last name. My whole birth certificate is different.
But honestly, you guys have been together for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Now
but
but where is this going to go?
It's going like so perfectly.
I know, but 3 months from now, it's going to be like 6 months, and the romance is going to start to fade, and you're going to wake up one morning and you're going to look over in the bed, and it's your brother.
You want to know the funniest thing about it, though?
What?
Like,
So far, nothing funny.
it gets worse and worse. Like,
what?
love gets more intense and more intense.
What gets worse?
It's not going the other way. It's going, like, the better way.
Yeah, but it's not better.
No, but it's only 3 months.
They're not going to see it. And Rob, there's no way you're going to get through this. There's no way. This is a very, very rigidly defended thing they've got going.
Kind of like we want to.
Have you ever heard of this before?
This is a first for us, and thank you for sharing with us.
We've heard...
I now have a huge issue with all of these open adoption things. This is a side effect.
You should have listened to me about an hour ago when I was bitching about it.
I heard you. I was listening.
Oh, my God.
No, but
this
you guys,
is a disaster.
It is what?
Both work at Wendy's also.
Perfect.
But it's a very human story. I understand how it can happen, but it's not a healthy situation.
It's not healthy. I mean, there's just no, there's not a future.
But they're going to force it. You say they're going to go get married because they have different birth certificates. Nobody can prove that there's consanguinity.
What about a family? I mean, doesn't that seem like potential trouble?
Oh, yeah.
What about kids?
It's going to be not good, right?
That's the thing.
There's a word for that. It's called flippers.
Yes, instead of arms, they have flippers.
Well, it puts you...
Make fun of what our kids are going to be like, but it's a serious friend of ours.
It puts things at risk, that's for sure.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about your kids. Seriously. I don't care if you gave birth to Dolph Lundgren. I mean, I don't care if the kid is physically healthy as any man has ever been. When he finds out that his folks are brother and sister, or when she finds this out, that's it.
I mean, it's going to affect them.
It's the dreidel again.
Yes.
Well, how is he going to find out?
How's he going to find out? How did you guys find out? How does anyone find out? The truth, hey, how did Clinton get busted? The truth has a way of seeping out eventually.
Hey, my parents kept it from me, but then again,
all right, but look, all right.
Well, then
we're not
again,
going to talk you out of it.
Then again, here we are.
Yeah, we're not going to talk you out of it. I suggest just one thing you do. Kathleen?
Yes?
Tell your adopted parents, okay?
Yeah.
They're going to have to know anyway. So
do you love them and respect their opinion?
Yeah, we're going to eventually
tell them now. Give them a chance to do a little parenting. Let's see what...
My adopted parents are 73 and 65, okay?
It will put their life in jeopardy, I understand.
Yeah, the big one.
But,
yeah, it will put their life in jeopardy.
But they need to know this. They need an opportunity to do a little parenting. And,
hopefully, you know what?
Tell them. Now.
Hopefully this will just be like a phase that you guys went through.
We thought it was at first, and we tried to get out of it.
Why don't you do this? Do me one favor. Give it a year.
Yes.
We're going to.
All right.
Okay, good.
Good.
I guarantee you in a year from now, you'll feel differently.
Let's just say...
How about if I guarantee you that?
Rob, I don't think so.
Let's just say it is a phase. What about, let's say the phase, it's the so-called phase, and we get over it, and we get on with our life, and we marry on?
Yeah.
I mean, how is that going to affect us with our marriages and stuff? And
guys...
It will affect you less than what it would have if you'd married your sister.
That's right.
That's
right.
all I can say.
That's right. It's a lesser of evils.
See, on one hand, you got 100%.
Yeah.
On the other hand, maybe you got 85%. Still less.
Look, it's a very... We're making sort of sweeping... We're condemning the situation.
You're right. Let's not pass judgment.
But look, it's a very complicated situation. Yeah. It's a very human situation.
Oh, my
it's
God.
Understandable what has happened, but it is not built on a real relationship, and it is something that could be very, very disturbing.
Listen, I never thought I'd say this, but Bill Maher's having healthier relationships.
Wait a minute, they're 17. Is she 14?
No,
she's 17. He's 19.
Okay, Bill Maher's...
all right.
All right,
Please,
well,
don't get any
good luck
cancer.
to you guys.
Oh, my God. Well, Drew... Now, let's remember this, because we're asked
Yes, I was just thinking that.
What is the weirdest or most bizarre question you can ask?
We now have a new one.
We now have the answer.
Thank you for
But what was her question, though, exactly?
She just wanted to know.
Is it okay? They want our blessing.
They were actually, it was like a funny thing to them.
That was just that was the affect that Monica Lewinsky had the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Just sort of, the same kind of...
denial?
Yeah, denial, making light of things that are very, very serious.
Wow, that was just surreal.
There's going to come a point where they get slammed with that one.
Well, it's built on such deep, entrenched stuff from their childhood that I actually could see it could be... They could live in a fantasy their whole life. The problem is some reality will come to bear, like a child or something will fracture that. And then they got nothing.
Kid's going to look like David Spade.
Oh.
Could you imagine? Probably funnier, but it's going to look like him.
Bunny.
Could you imagine the conversation between her, Dale, Kathleen, and the adoptive parents? It's like, listen, I want to tell you something. A couple years ago, I snuck out on my 17th birthday, and I found my biological parents. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There's more.
Then I tracked down my brother. Oh, really? We're so disappointed. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean,
getting married.
Jesus Christ, these guys, That's why if I ever adopt anyone, I'm just going to keep a cyanide tablet tucked in my cheek constantly. If anything happens, I'm just biting down immediately. I'm not even going to hear the end of the story.
It's true, though. I mean, that says they should, adoption should always be
this open adoption is ridiculous.
Well,
please.
There's a side effect right there.
Leah?
Hello?
You're 21.
Yes.
Is there any way you can top that last call?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
My question happens to do with my father. My father's in prison for dealing drugs and
80% of the prison population.
Right. And he's an alcoholic, and my whole growing up experience was kind of consumed around that, you know. I was constantly around drugs and, you know, around people who do drugs and people who, you know, I was molested by father's friends and a lot of other things that have to go along with that. And
all right, what's the question there?
my question is, he's now in prison and he's in drug rehab. And he's all of a sudden feeling really guilty about all the bad stuff that happened. And he wrote me a letter, and he wants to know what my feelings are about him, and he wants my forgiveness. And I
How long has he been in prison?
He's been in prison for almost 3 years.
Okay. And how old are you now?
I'm 21.
Okay. How long is he going to be in prison?
He's going to be in prison till November.
And how long has he been in sobriety?
Does he need a place to stay?
Oh, just since he's been in prison.
That's a great question.
He can crash out at Rob's place. He's got new pants.
Yeah.
How long has
Cool,
he
right?
been sober?
No,
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
How long has he been involved in recovery?
Probably about a year. I don't know if you know, it's a 500-hour program.
Yeah, in prison though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's been about a year.
I don't know how. Why is it a 500-hour program?
I don't. It's part of this program that they have.
Part of the
where-
prison system to be able to
Right. I mean, he also
qualify
has
for
another
parole,
job and all
probation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he like runs.
Rob, how do you know so much about this stuff?
You know, I just hear things. You know, I listen to the show. I react.
So, Leah, what do you think?
What does your gut say to you about it?
Really, I'm. There's a lot of feelings I have that I'm really mad at him. You know, I really want to tell him individual stuff. You know, I get really upset with him. But on the other hand, I don't. You know, I don't necessarily think a lot of those feelings are fair.
Fair?
Why not?
What was fair about what happened to you? It was his disease that he wasn't doing anything about for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better air them out, because if you suppress them, the relationship's not going to work anyway.
Yeah, I would suggest that if you're going to have any sort of interaction with him, which I'm not totally on board with, but if you are going to, make sure it's in a therapeutic environment to begin with, where there's somebody there to maintain the boundaries, because he's somebody who's had control. You've been powerless to him and his disease your whole life, and you will get sucked right back into that position and lose yourself in interaction with him. You need somebody who gives you the freedom and the safety to speak up and express your feelings and keep the environment safe, so he hears this as an opportunity to respond to you and have a, sort of a mutual interaction.
Yeah, at the same time, keep some distance there, to where it's like he's not relying on you for
Right. That's what my mom.
For anything, and he's got.
That he's going to come back and like.
You got to have
ruin my life.
You've got to have evidence that for next 3 years he's in regular meetings.
Yeah.
Develop a relationship with a sponsor.
And take it slow. You don't have to like have a whole reunification thing in like a week.
And there should be some sort of, again, family component to what's happening there for him, and see if you can get into an environment where there's a therapist there and you can talk.
Yeah. What is your relationship with the mother? Are they still married?
Oh no, they were divorced when I was 1. Very young.
Hey, Leah?
Yeah.
She gave you to him?
What?
But he raised you?
It was back and forth.
Your mom ain't off the hook either on this one.
Right.
As I'm sure you know.
Yes.
Just because, first off, she went and found this guy.
Yes.
Secondly, she saw fit to let you hang out over at his pad and get molested.
Yeah.
I mean, she deserves some crap, too, so I hope...
Well, and that's another issue, is now all of a sudden she's coming up with all of her guilty stuff.
Right, all right. Yeah, all right. Listen, Leah...
I wouldn't gratify anybody, okay?
Right.
Don't let people off the hook here.
Yeah, take care of your own life.
Yes.
And
Focus
think
on Leah.
about, this isn't about, like, your dad's conscience being okay. It's about what you need in your life.
Right.
And you may not need this.
Right.
Frankly.
And you may need to have some ventilate a little bit, too.
Quick question, Leah.
Yeah.
When he sent you the letter, did he have a picture that he drew in it, too?
No.
No?
No.
No, because
he's not in prison then.
He's on the outside. He must have busted out because there's some law in the prison that you can't send a letter unless there's a badly drawn pencil. Like
elaborate, though.
It's got to be a topless chick, like riding a dolphin or something.
I like that stamp that they put on there. If anything in this letter is of a volatile nature, please notify the
Rob, how do you know this much?
Come on. Have you done with fellas?
I get mail from prison, fan mail.
Family or fan?
Family fan mail.
Okay, sounded like you said family for a second there. Melissa.
Hi.
What's going on?
I have to say I'm a big fan of everybody there. But I'm calling about the call before this last one.
Mm-hmm. The brother, sister?
Yeah.
Brother-sister act?
Yeah. First, I had to say, get help. I'm adopted.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know what it's like, and I'm around the same age as them. I'm 20.
Okay.
And I have an older sibling as well.
Brother?
My birth mother.
Right.
I understand that it's normal to have feelings, like want a connection.
Right.
But I think that they should go to a hospital where children who have been born maldeformed, and I think they should work there, and I think they should see these kids.
But they work at Wendy's. Isn't that the same thing?
It's an easy transition.
Yeah, Melissa, I don't think the consanguinity route's gonna register with these two. I think they need help. I agree with you on that one, but
they're gonna want it. And right now they're in this romance.
I think the parents have got to intervene here.
It's a good suggestion, though. They just show up at the ward with the malformed kids. Hey, we're looking for a gig.
How could we add to this maelstrom?
What are your qualifications? Well, incest, and we worked at Wendy's for 8 months. Well, we're not so wild about the Wendy's part. We got to be up front with you. All right, we're going to take a little break. Rob Schneider's here. We're all going to take a shower, and we'll be back.
I feel so liquidy.
Really? Why? Hello there. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Rob Schneider.
All right, baby. You're all right. You're okay. Hey.
It's our guest tonight. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, we've all recovered from that last call.
That was a trip.
It was trippy because it was real, and
yeah, you can't fake that. I think you're right.
And I think I was thinking about it while I was taking a leak, and I do some of my best thinking when I'm standing.
You know
in front
what?
of the urinal.
When I was on Saturday Night Live, that was like if I couldn't come up with an ending for a sketch, I go to the bathroom, and on the way there or back, inadvertently, you come up with your best endings, best ideas.
Yeah, and I was whizzing, and I was thinking to myself, she was in love with him or bound to be in love with him because she'd built up this fantasy her entire life.
Yep.
I mean, she had a huge fantasy.
It was her connection to avoid the abandonment that she was apt to feel.
Yeah. In many ways, I think it's the reaction I'm going to have when I finally meet Adrian Barbeau.
And he just went with it.
And he
was a foster kid. He's chaos, man.
He was raised by these two nut jobs.
Yeah.
So
he's just happy to glom onto anything.
That's right. He was open for anything.
I'm speaking for myself.
That is exactly
Jamie.
Like, hey, great, hon, whatever. Sis?
Hello?
Hey, Jamie.
Hi, I want to thank you for taking my call.
Oh, that's nice and sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Please tell me you're not in love with your brother.
My problem is I've been sleeping with this guy for about the past year, and all it is sex. It's nothing more.
All right.
And it seems like there's no emotional attachment.
Can I tell you something? Dr. Drew's going to jump in here, but that's your fault.
Oh, I know. Oh, I understand this. And I'm not emotionally attached to him, and he's not emotionally attached to me in any way.
Why do you stay, and why do you keep doing it? Why do you stay, and why do you keep doing
it's just like off and on for like the past year, and it's if I want to have sex, I'll give him a call, or if it's the other way around. And I'm not sure if this has to do with me being molested when I was about 4.
Wow.
And
all we can say, Jamie, all we can tell you is that when a woman calls in and says, I'm in this steady sexual relationship, it doesn't mean anything. I have no emotional connection with it all. We either are able to get through that denial and find out that there is quite a bit of emotional connection, or this history is there. That's the two possibilities in this call. Always. Wouldn't you say, Adam?
Yes.
we get along really well. I mean, we go hang out and we go.
It fits your history, Jamie.
There's a level of a safeness for the two of you. I mean, it may not be sexually safe because he may be seeing other people, right?
Oh yeah, we're both seeing other people, but we're
That's not very safe.
In public, we're friends.
Well, it's safe because they're not really involved.
They're not really involved, but I'm just sexually safe. I mean, you know.
But in that moment, the fantasy is they're connected. See,
Who molested you, Jamie?
It was my cousin.
That's nice.
How old was he?
I believe he was, I don't know, he's about 27, I think. So
Okay, so he's almost 10 years older than you?
yeah, I think about something like that.
So when you were 4, he was 13?
Yeah, he was home from school, got sick that day, and my aunt was watching me.
Not very well.
I don't remember it very well because it was a really long time ago, but I do remember.
Right.
I remember that day. I remember what room it was in, where it was at.
Do you have any contact with him now?
Yeah, he's a family friend. He's my cousin, so I see him, and I don't know if my parents or anybody knows that I remember.
Have you ever talked to him about that?
No, I haven't. I don't really. At first, when I was 13, 14, I was really uncomfortable around him. I wouldn't want to go anywhere alone with him or anything. I was just really, really uncomfortable being anywhere alone with him.
Good.
Even talking to him. And now I'm still not comfortable going anywhere with him, but I still don't think that they remember, but they know that I know.
All right.
I don't think they...
Well, listen, Jamie, here's the deal. You're calling up sort of... We're assuming you're calling because you feel like it may be a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because of that or if it's, because I've had problems with relationships, but not like this before. I'm not sure if...
All right, well, why don't you stop acting out and sort of take a break and get your head together?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you're getting out of this relationship with this guy?
Really nothing.
Why do you think you're stuck in this pattern? I mean...
Oh, I'm not stuck. I don't
No, but
You
part
are
of the...
stuck.
But when you're repeating behavior, that says you're stuck. I mean, obviously you're not open to a relationship with somebody else if you're in this pattern.
Yeah, that's kind of. It seems like I can't have like a steady relationship. I had my ex-boyfriend.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't that make sense, though?
That makes sense, but I'm not sleeping with this guy anymore. But it went on for a year, and it just ended like a month ago.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, I'm done. I'm tired of everyone and their problems. I'm headed up to here calling. I'm going to have Henry Rollins going to kick all your asses when he comes in here.
Would you write
Sunday night all juiced up.
Mental note, your pad there again. Be nice.
Oh, yeah.
You're better when you write that down.
I'm punchy. I'm tired. I'm headed up to here with everybody. Here's the deal, everybody. Stop acting out. You got the feeling there's a problem. That's why you're calling us, and then you start arguing with us. Just stop it. You went through some stuff when you were a kid. Go ahead, sort it out, and then you won't have to be on autopilot. You never get fulfilled by whatever it is that you're doing too much of anyway. I don't care whether it's food, heroin, sex, religion, whatever it is. Listen, either you're open. You know what I mean? It's like your trash can with no bottom. So your solution is I'm going to dump more crap in, and I'll do it faster, and I'll do it more efficiently. But until you patch the hole, it all just flies right through. It's like this little brief relief as it's going through you, but it's in and out of you in a heartbeat. So just take a break, everybody. Go ahead. It's all right. You can be by yourself. Justin.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah, I am.
What's going on?
What? Oh, yeah. I'm allergic to weed, I think.
Why?
Oh, that's a problem.
That's a bummer.
What makes you think that?
Well, like, let's see. I smoked 3 times. I've been having the same effect, like, each time.
Which is what?
Well, the first time I went totally nuts, hallucinated, thought I saw God, was, like, yelling for, like, an hour.
No, that's
not allergy.
Oh, no.
Allergy would be like your nose runs and you start wheezing.
Well, I don't know, but, like, listen, like, I went upstairs.
Hey, that sounds like some good weed.
It was, like, KGB or something, I'm not sure.
There was something else in it?
No, because, like, someone else smoked with me and they didn't have the same reaction.
Did not have the same reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, but look, I, like, went upstairs.
How much did you smoke, by the way?
I smoked about half a joint.
Okay.
And then, like, I came upstairs, right? And I was okay for, like, 5 minutes. And then I, like, ran down the hallway and, like, jumped off the stairs and, like, hit the stairs and, like, rolled down, chipped my 2 front teeth, messed up my back.
Well, it sounds like this is not the drug for you.
Yeah,
I know, but, like, I wanted to know, like, how many people are actually, like, allergic to weed?
I wouldn't say allergic. I would say it's anxiety. I don't know.
We used to call them lightweights.
No.
I'm like an extra heavy weight or something, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he had a psychotic reaction to a relatively low dose of an hallucinogen. Either, there's lots of possibilities here. Do you ever hear voices or see things otherwise?
No.
Ever in your life have an experience like that?
No.
Never anything close to this anytime ever?
No.
You've always been well put together?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean pretty much?
Well, like, other than the other problems I've been having, but...
Which are what?
I've been having some family problems, school problems,
So
That's what I think. It's anxiety.
Behavioral stuff. Yeah, it could be. But sort of. Behavioral stuff?
Well, I don't act out in any way.
But you haven't been talking to God or anything like that?
I thought I met him once, like when I smoked, but...
When you were high. You were high on pot.
How about other than that? And by the way...
say anything about me?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just checking.
Other than when you're on drugs?
No.
All right. There are a couple things. One is that there might be some underlying thought disorder that is brought out by this.
Yeah.
Some mood disturbance like bipolarity that gets destabilized by this. A partial complex seizure disorder that gets kindled by this. Something in the drug that you don't know is there that you react.
Although the other guy smoked it and was all right.
But maybe again it's something he reacts to.
Is it something that is it just a fantasy thing you were acting out?
No, he thought he talked to God. He's psychotic.
Oh, really?
He was psychotic.
It happened like 3 times.
He was talking to God.
3 times? You did it 3 different times?
Yeah, I didn't talk to God. Like the second...
But you smoked pot 3 different times and this same occurrence happened?
What?
The same psychological thing happened? I mean...
Yeah, I like really freaked out, and I thought I like figured out the meaning of life or something. I don't know.
Well, you didn't talk to God all... The second time he played air hockey with Moses. A little different.
But you actually visually had a hallucination the second time.
Yeah.
You saw God.
Blacked out.
Why would you go back for round 3?
Yeah, good question.
Was it a fun experience? Is it something you got caught up with your friends and
yeah,
again?
Probably that last one I just got caught up, and I said, it's not going to happen a 3rd time.
Hey, Justin, let me ask you one quick question. Have you been drunk?
Oh, yeah, but I don't have any problems.
No problem with the booze?
No.
All right, well, stick with the booze. All right?
Well, like, I also want to know if, if like other drugs...
Just
Hey, you know what?
You need a medical evaluation, pal. I mean, it could be a seizure disorder. Right? You understand?
Also, it's like you've had... Look, if it's not a good experience... It's a bad experience. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
It's not a big question mark.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we
stay away from the pot? If you're talking to God, stay off the pot.
For the sake of argument here, let's just go ahead and substitute pot with liver.
Yeah.
In this situation.
Right. I eat liver. I start seeing God. I fall downstairs. I do belly.
Okay. Don't eat the goddamn liver, Brainiac, and move on with your life.
Yeah, and
that's it.
And don't hang out with those guys who are smoking pot if it's going to tempt you.
Get an assessment to see if the liver just exposed something that's already going on in your system.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. Smoke some liver when I get home. Jacqueline.
Hi.
Hey, you're 18.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, I have this problem. Like, it happened, I'm not able to keep a guy in a relationship for, like, more than 2 weeks. And I have...
Are you having sex with him on the first night?
No, see, this is my thing. I've never had sex.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if this, like, turns a guy away or...
No, really shouldn't.
No, it's...
On 2 weeks.
I mean, sometimes I don't even tell the guy that I haven't had sex yet.
Well, that's not it.
Well, yeah, but then, I don't know. I swear, after 2 weeks, they just don't want to stay with me.
How many are we talking about? 2, 3, 4?
More than that.
5.
10, 15.
No.
15? No, come on.
No,
You're counting the same guy twice. There's like one fat guy, right?
No. I mean, I brought up, in a very well household. I mean, my parents do pretty well off. And
No, we know you're fine. You're a virgin. You're 18.
And
most of our listeners are dating a family member by their 60th birthday. Jesus Christ. They've given it up not only to the neighborhood, but to the household.
To their own sibling.
Right.
No. Well, but I always seem to go for, like, how they say opposites attract.
Okay, the unavailable, the antisocial, unavailable guys, right?
I tend to go for, like, the bad guys. I mean,
Right.
How are they older than you? A lot older or what?
Yeah, I go for older guys.
All right.
Well, those guys aren't going to be in relationships with anybody.
What?
They're not going to be in relationships with anybody, Jacqueline.
How old?
Well, my current guy, he's my boyfriend. He's 20 years old. So that's not bad.
Yeah, but they're antisocial, then these people are not the type that are going to be available. They're not going to be in a relationship.
A 20-year-old?
Yeah.
Still antisocial?
Well, but I mean, that's what she's saying she's going after.
I mean, I don't know if it's me, if I'm...
No, the age thing is not the issue.
Excuse me?
Go ahead.
Sorry. No. I mean, what am I? I'm trying to say,
Well,
I'm wondering if it's me, if I'm sabotaging it, or...
Yes. Well, you're sabotaging it by picking the wrong guy in the first place. It's not, you're not necessarily sabotaging it once you've begun the relationship, but if you began a relationship with someone who's not capable of having a relationship, then you've pre-sabotaged the relationship. I'm guessing she said she comes from a good family, well-to-do, Dad, don't. I mean, Drew. Geez, I called you Dad. I got to kill myself now.
You're gonna kill yourself.
Hold on.
How about me?
Mental note.
Well,
kill myself.
It sounds like
that's what.
she's setting herself up with the same pattern over and over again.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking of getting myself one of those like little chip dictaphone things where you could record 15 minutes of your own thoughts, and then I realized all it'd be is kill yourself when you get home. 3:30 same day. Kill yourself. Yeah.
Or fly model airplane.
Fly model airplane, then kill self.
Well,
so here's the deal. She's going for some rebel guy type because her dad's a CPA, and he probably browbeat her whole life. You go out with a nice Jewish boy or something like that, and she's going against type. And she's getting exactly what she's asking for.
Nothing.
All right, and listen, everybody, whatever it is you're getting in a relationship, you're asking for it. You may not be wanting it, but you're creating it. By virtue of who you're going out with. If every guy you go out with is an alcoholic, if every guy you go out is physically abusive, if every guy is clingy, it's all you.
Yeah, you got to claim responsibility for that at some level. And so, is it Jacqueline?
Yes.
Yeah. At some level, you've got to, this is what you want.
Right.
And if you want to change that, then change what you want.
That's very good advice. Okay, we're going to take ourselves a break. When we come back, who are we going to talk to, Drew? Oh, do your job, would you?
I'm waiting for this one to fill in to see if that's...
Oh, please, that is the lamest excuse I've ever heard.
This one we've already done. This one is more of the same. This one we did. This one's lame. And want to do that one?
Hubby works nights. She's losing her mind from loneliness. What to do? Well, maybe she's cheated or something. Let me see. Maybe she's got a weird accent. Tammy?
Hello.
Have you cheated on your husband?
No, I haven't.
All right, well, we're not going to talk to you.
She's 36. That's good.
Oh, maybe she'll cheat during the commercial.
36.
All right, let me see something. Tammy?
Yeah?
See if you can strike up a relationship during the commercial. Okay, some sort of mild infidelity while I'm taking another leak?
In my mind, maybe. That's about it.
All right. Ooh, she's pissed. All right, we'll be back.
Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. He's Rob Schneider. He's come in tonight and hang with us, and we like Rob.
It's good to be here.
He has a lot of insights. You know, most comedians are just nuts. Not Rob. He's nuts and smart. That's what
partially
I like
treated.
about him.
I like the partially treated comedians.
Yeah.
Like you.
You don't want to be too evolved. They're not funny anymore.
I listen to the show and regurgitate well. That's what I like to do.
God bless him. And
we had a pretty good time. PI seemed pretty good tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. A little lively. That girl was a little much for me. The Katina or Karaka, whatever her name was.
What was her name?
Kalaka.
I liked her. I liked her a lot.
She was a bit. She just, kind of just went on and then just didn't stop.
There was a point. Every conversation you hit a lull. There was a point about 3/4 of that show. All of a sudden, we all sat back and went.
Yeah, she just went on. And I like to think that I don't have it all figured out, and I want to take in some info. But it just turns me off when anybody thinks they got it all figured out. I got sense of that.
I said this. I did it for the 5th time, 2 weeks ago or something like that. And from doing it a few times, I figured out a few things. And I think one of the problems is they give the same goose-it-up speech to everyone that comes on the show. Talk often, argue, talk over people, be aggressive, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine if you got 4 wallflowers. But if you have some veterans, if you have guys like Rob, I'm sure you've done the show a number of times, and Drew's done the show a number of times, and you have a bunch of folks that are well out of their shell, they don't need that goose-it-up speech. I would give them just the opposite speech. I would say, listen, give and take. I mean, speak your mind, but when someone else is speaking their mind, sit on it a little bit until they're done speaking their mind.
I actually got some good direction from them tonight, which was, you remember what you said about such and such? I want you to come in early with that. Okay, I could do that.
That's true.
And that was reasonable, and it was and it helped fuel a discussion.
Honestly, I don't have that much interesting things to say. I just try to be funny, and just if I think of something, I'll just say it.
He squatted down, tried to take a dump tonight,
and that's it.
That's what he did.
I do my job.
Oh, Marcel would have been proud. I will be proud when I watch it tomorrow
Bill
night.
took a rolled up thing of paper and started smacking him.
Right on the ass. I deserve it.
I may masturbate to that tomorrow night. I just might do that. Tammy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're 36. Hubby's working graveyard, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're getting lonely.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't seem to sleep at night, and I can't adjust to the routine during the day.
When did he start?
4 years ago.
Okay.
When does he work? When to when?
He goes in around 5 and gets home around 5.
You have kids?
Uh-huh.
What's he do?
He's a truck driver.
And was nighttime sort of your time for togetherness?
Yeah.
And
And daytime was my time for, my daily routine.
yourself?
Right.
Yeah. Well, can't you switch that around?
Can't she switch it around?
Yeah. I mean, can't you make a diligent attempt to find a way to work in together time during daylight hours?
It's kind of hard when you have a 6-year-old daughter.
Yeah, and it's weird getting intimate when, Dave and Goliath is on TV and it's 7:45 in the morning.
I don't mean you have to have sex, but you can have time together. I mean, listen, I know this problem myself, right? I go out every night at 10 o'clock and do this GD radio show. And I have 3 6-year-olds. And we make a daily effort to stay in contact and have time alone.
Make the effort.
And, that's how we support ourselves.
So was there, before he won the graveyard, did you guys spend time together and was...
Mm-hmm. And we seem to do a lot more, family event type things.
Now, have you talked to him about this, and what does he say?
He seems disaffected.
See, I think that's the issue.
I don't think it's necessarily the graveyard shift.
It's that he's not responding to your needs at all.
He's been doing it for 4 years, so obviously it's not something that's come up tonight.
Right.
I mean, this has been going on for a while. And he's not listening to you, right, Tammy?
No, I guess not.
And are you getting close to cheating on him?
No.
No.
But Tammy, I think that
feels abandoned. That's all.
That this is has less to do with this graveyard shift and more to do with the shift in your relationship and maybe his commitment to you in the sense of what you need and fulfilling those things. Wouldn't you say? When you ask, have you asked him and told him that you need more from him? What does he say?
Well, it's not so much that I need him here at night.
Why?
Well, I guess part of the problem is that I can't sleep. That's probably a big part of the problem.
Yeah, but these are all sort of manifestations of a bigger problem. I mean, you can't sleep because there's something up with your relationship, not because he's not in bed with you.
You're depressed.
No, I kind of beg to differ. I don't like being alone at night.
What's up with you?
I got 2 dogs, and they bark at any sound, and it's,
It's hard as a male to relate to that, but that's a real issue for women.
Yeah, I know. At night, that's when I want to be left alone.
I understand.
Great.
For women, that's one of the things that they look forward to in a marriage is being protected.
Yeah, me, I don't know. It's like more room to whack off. That's the way I think of it.
Well,
honey, you're taking up my towel space.
What is it that you want?
I don't know. Nobody seems to think this is a problem.
No, it's a problem.
It's a problem. We can hear it in your voice. But the thing is you have to be direct with him. You have to confront him, and you have to discuss it. And he has to talk back to you.
He has to make real change of some type. Tammy, this is a serious problem. It is threatening your relationship. Take it very seriously. And just because other people wouldn't experience it the way you experience it doesn't mean your feelings are not valid.
Okay, but I think we're on agreement that you shouldn't cling to his schedule as the reason why the relationship's not working out.
For all we know, she was abused in the middle of the night somewhere or something happened to her. That kind of thing may be there.
There's something going on. Yeah. So talk to him. All right. And guys, I know you hate to listen, but
you got to listen.
I know. Oscar.
So
you're 20.
Yes.
What's going on?
Actually, everything's cool. I mean, some of the stories I'm hearing tonight makes me feel like a perfect, normal, proud heterosexual,
Right.
As you should be.
Look, I have some...
Pot-smoking heterosexual.
You smoke a lot of weed, Oscar?
Do I smoke? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Drew knows the weed laugh.
No, I do. I can hear it in a second.
What is the weed laugh?
Listen to Oscar. When he laughs, you'll hear it.
That's the weed laugh, huh?
Drew, here's my plan for you after this Loveline gig's over. We get you a job with the DEA. You just
Yes.
open the phone book and randomly call people, and you go.
Lead laugh. That is a very interesting observation.
And you just tell them bad knock-knock jokes. And if you get that, you immediately send the officers
So
over
what's
to the
up
house.
with this guy?
Oscar, what is up?
Oh, okay. This is the thing. After I'm done, this has only happened a few times. After I'm done making love with my girl, I have the urge to go
Leave.
urinate.
To urinate, okay.
I mean, that's like, normal.
Rob,
Not all
I'm
the
sorry,
time.
I'm sorry.
Right.
But this is what happens is that sometimes I notice that the urine comes out like through two different spouts,
Yes,
Oh,
it's called a split stream.
Yeah.
Or diarrhea.
Huh?
It could be diarrhea. I'm not sure what he's talking
that's
about.
very fatal, what you're experiencing. You should go seek...
Dirty. I mean.
No.
The
That's
next time
very
that
normal.
happens, they call the paramedics.
Huh?
But
Very normal.
No, it's coming out like wiper spray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pissing on the
you're
magazine rack, you're pissing in the potpourri dish,
It's okay.
everything, everywhere but
Just
in the toilet.
Get a wider bowl, and I think you're okay.
it is caused by irritation of the urethra, typically towards the tip, obviously. And it doesn't necessarily mean there's an infection, but it can be a sign of a sexually transmitted disease. It can be a sign of a nonspecific urethral infection or just inflammation that will go away very quickly.
You know what? I just came up with a new invention.
Oh, please.
That's based on Rob's suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
I think toilet bowls should be wider. I
Yeah.
think there should be the standard and then the sort of big mouth.
The after-sex toilet.
Yeah, the troughlette, we'll call it. And here's what you do. Now, the whole reason toilets aren't bigger is because your ass would fall in when you hit it, right?
Yeah.
But all you do is make a custom toilet seat that's like a reducer. You know what I mean? I mean, instead of
Wouldn't
being...
it be more simple just to create like troughs and put drains around the toilet?
Yeah, but that's a lot of expense. I'm saying we standardize these things. Instead of having the average toilet seat be 3.5 inches wide, you make it 11 and a half
I got
inches
an answer
wide.
for you. Sit down and do it. And just don't let people know that you sit down.
Really?
Yeah, just sit
like
down.
the men with the Prince Albert rings do.
You know the problem with sitting down and doing it, quite honestly,
What's up?
is the penis does not have the hang that I would like sometimes when I'm sitting down. Sitting down is sort of akin to shrugging your shoulders. You know, you kind of do that, and the penis goes in. And then you're sitting there, and you don't know it, but you're not pissing in the toilet.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
pissing out of the toilet, and
In
then
your
it
pants.
hugs the contour of the toilet and fills your pants like a bucket
I know, that's
at the
bad.
bottom of it.
That's bad.
That's why I have difficulty with that. All right, are we going to...
How about just sit down and pay attention?
Toilet.
I guess I could do that, but it just seems like a tall order.
Go to break.
All right, we'll do that. We'll be back to wrap up and wrap down with Rob Schneider.
Loveline will be right back.
All right, that's it. We're done. God bless us.
Love that offspring.
Henry Rollins will be in here on Sunday. Cottonmouth Kings will be in here.
I will be calling you from Seattle, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I know where you guys are now, so I can just pop in.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Door's always open, except
I'm
for...
glad I got the weird call tonight. I feel special.
Yeah, it is special.
Oh, and believe me, it will be known as the Rob Schneider Show when we talk about which show that was, because that's the only way we can remember it.
Okay.
That's right.
Good.
All right, Rob, thank you very much for
Great
coming
to be
in.
here.
We'll see the rest of you on Sunday. I want to thank Ann for doing a great job, the Angular One producer, Ann, and, of course, Sherry for screening the phones, and the one-out-wonder engineer, Mike. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Mommy! This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station. Long